right, we're here with Josh Scott, professional basketball player, and he is going to take us through some things, some adjustments that you can make in your yoga practice if you're very tall. So he's about 6'10", and so he's going to make some different shapes than other people might, than I would if you were doing yoga and looking at me. So the first one we're going to do is a forward fold. So for Josh, you're going to go ahead and hinge at your hips, your feet about hip distance apart. He's going to bend his knees a lot, probably a lot more than you might see in a regular yoga class. And really the goal here is to open to the back line of the body. So the more he bends his knees, the more his torso, so bend it even more, good. You can see the more he kind of releases, and go ahead and release the back of your neck, good. And so he's getting the low back stretch, he's getting it through the glutes and into the hamstrings. So it's going to be a pretty generous bend to your knees. So go ahead and stand back up, Josh. For the second one here, eagle pose is often used in a yoga class, especially for balancing and strengthening through both sides of the body. So go ahead and sit down into a little chair. So go ahead and sit your butt back, and then he's going to swing his leg up and over. That's pretty challenging. He's got little tight hips here. So go ahead and stand up a little bit more, and we're going to take a figure four instead. So he's going to take his ankle to the top of his knee, good, and then start to sit down and back. So this is a good hip opener if you have tight hips, but it's also doing the same thing that the eagle pose is doing. You're getting the strength and the balance through your standing leg. You're getting that focus, concentration into the balance that he's doing. Wonderful. So go ahead and come on down, and we're going to take a child's pose. That's the third one we'll look at just for tall people. So for child's pose, you're going to bring your knees wide to the edges of the mat. He's going to touch his big toes behind, and he's going to start to walk his fingertips forward. So go ahead and start to hinge. Here it's pretty tight hips, back, and legs. So you're going to bring in a block, something for your forehead. You can also bring in a block for underneath your hips. So go ahead and set your hips back a little bit more, good. And so he's got the block there to kind of help support if he needs it. And so obviously a spine lengthener here, a nice little heart opener. He's also getting the stretch into the hips and his low back. But just those modifications of using the block, maybe bringing your knees a little bit wider than normal, will really help to get into this shape if you're tall and you have long limbs like this.